Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome in to another early LEGO Star Wars 2020 set review. Today we're going to be looking at set number 75272, the Sith TIE Fighter, or as it's actually known as the TIE Dagger. And this has 470 pieces, and will be available starting on January 1st for, I think it's going to be $89.99 USD, maybe 99 USD, but for me, I paid 109.99 Canadian. And, you know, it's pretty light on the actual pieces. Like, you are getting a lot of big parts in here. And in terms of the minifigure selection, we'll get to it, but I think it's pretty good, as well as just the build itself. I think I really love this thing and the colors and everything. I don't know, it felt like a really light box. And it's interesting because I bought a creator set, and compared to some of the licensed themes, it's so much heavier. Like, there's just so many more parts in there, and because it's not licensed, it costs a lot less, which I understand that I am paying, of course, for the license for the name TIE Fighter and everything in the minifigures here. But I don't know, it might be a little too expensive, and this might be a set that you want to wait to get on sale. But again, I'll let you make your decision once we actually go through the review. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the build and then these three minifigures. All right, let's start with this thing. I apologize in advance. It's very hard to choose like what I want the camera to focus in on, but let's of course take a look at the actual wings first, because I think that that's definitely the most unique part of the set, right? Oh, these Dorito builds, the triangles here look absolutely amazing. Like, it's so unique. We've never really gotten anything quite like this for a TIE Fighter, and it looks so stellar. I love all these parts here, as well as this new piece here. I don't think I could take it off, but you can see here on the end what it looks like from there, and it just looks so cool, these parts. And they've just, some of the techniques that they've used here to make sure that this all is lined up is just so genius. So you have this piece here that is this shorter piece, and then over here you have the newer ones that they just introduced recently, that sort of piece there that goes out 4 studs wide. But then up here they have the actual parts that go like that. So that's really cool. So that's like so you've got the long height, a very short height, and then one in the middle, which is just really great. And then even in between that, you have, trying to see, I don't want to take this whole thing apart, but you could see there that they've got that one piece there, the 2 at the top, 2 studs at the top, and then 4 at the bottom. So that's really cool that all these different pieces make up that exact right angle, so that you can continue this beautiful triangle shape all the way through. I just think that looks really, really cool. And on the sides here, you do have the stud shooters, which I think all you have to do is push down on that, and it does shoot them out like that. So let's not block it and just let it go free, right? And that's gone. But yeah, that's really, really cool. I love that so much. And yeah, I think that the design here, the actual, just the triangle shape, like, that looks so cool. And if you look at it from here, to me, it kind of gives me this feel of the Star Destroyer, Snoke's Star Destroyer. And it just, I don't know, it looks really cool. It's like a Star Destroyer on the wing, which is just really cool. You do have some transparent pieces there, I think, to kind of make it more sturdy. And I kind of wish that maybe they had some sort of transparent piece to actually have it so that it can be standing like this. So without the stand, it will fall over like that. And you gotta be careful when you're actually turning it like I just did, because it did pop off. So it did pop off of the stand there. But let's take a look at it from behind, because I think that that's really something to talk about as well. And you could just see all the details, and the textures here look really great. I love these parts here on the side, as well as just the back of the actual holder, or the cockpit of this just looks really cool. And we'll get to the features and everything in a second, but you could see here on the other side, it's just the exact same thing. Same build, same everything, just flipped and reflected. But actually here on the inside, you could see that it has all these, a little bit more texturing and everything, but they do pop off quite easily if you wanted to. You can see how those are attached, and they just slide right on in so that they can clamp onto the wings. But that's cool that, like, let's say that you shoot this down and you want to pop off the wing so that you can have like a crashed TIE Fighter, or even just have the center here as just its own sort of build. I think that would work really well. But let's take a look at the cockpit now, and I guess the build, the main stand build. And it doesn't really have anything else going on there. There's nothing special. Like it doesn't really do anything. I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting inclusion. It's not something typically that you get with TIE Fighters. And does it make sense? Because I think that they sit on like the inside or whatever of the Star Destroyers. So I'm not sure how much sense that actually makes to have this sort of stand build, but I don't know, it's okay. But I'm going to take the wings off so we can get a closer look at this without poking myself in the eye. So now I have the wings off, and it is very unbalanced. If I let go, it will tip backwards because I guess the weight is really on the front of the wings. But anyways, let's just take a look at this thing and admire all the textures and just the shape of this build. I think is really quite unique. So when you actually open up the cockpit here, you could see that you could just lift it up, and then you can fit a minifigure on inside there. But it does sit there quite well, the minifigure. I'll show you in a second. But you can also lift up this hatch, and in doing so, when you lift up the hatch, you can actually see that on the back it pushes this sort of, I don't even know what this is meant to be, but it pushes this build backwards. And when you close it on up, you also have to push this too. So I don't know really what that is or what it's meant to be, but it is a little annoying. I wish that it kind of was attached to that, so when I do open it up and I close it back on, back closed, it would go with it. So I don't know, but I do like the textures here, like the builds here. I love seeing this, the BB-8 head in gray. I think that really works well for like thrusters or different parts that they've been using in Star Wars. I think that it looks really good. But there's the cockpit on the inside. You can see that it comes with two of the 1x2 cheese slope parts with some computer printing and everything for the TIE pilot to actually be using to fly this ship. Let's throw on in the actual minifigure now. Taking the TIE Fighter pilot, you just put him in a sitting position, and then his feet or the legs will actually attach on in. You do have to get rid of the pistol, however, you can't have it with it in his hand. And then you close it on up and you get this. There's a really cool, like, I love this print here on this piece. It works really well. I love the design of it, and in red, the transparent red just looks cool. And with the red trim and everything, it's just a nice tie-in with the Sith troopers and everything. So that's really cool. As well, you get this print on the top here on this dish part. Let me center it a little bit better, but that's really cool. That's something that I feel like all the TIE Fighters always have some sort of dish print on the top. But that's really it for the Sith TIE Fighter or the Sith Dagger. But let's move on to the minifigures. I figured that we'd go least rare to rarest minifigure in the set, because that's kind of my complaint about this. But anyways, let's start here with the First Order TIE Fighter pilot, and this is actually from the Micro Fighter, and there is a difference between this and the one from The Force Awakens, and there's actually a third line here on the helmet, and I was really confused by what Brickset was talking about. It took me such a long time, but I guess the one from the Force Awakens didn't have that extra line there. So anyways, it's a great looking minifigure, don't get me wrong, and I didn't get the Micro Fighter for the TIE Fighter for The Last Jedi, so this is really cool to get. And I love this helmet piece there. It looks really cool. I love the design of the TIE pilots, just in being in black and everything. It looks really cool, and the helmet here looks equally amazing. I love all the printing there and how it goes all the way almost to the back, and having that slit on the back, that's a nice little touch. Get a good look at the back printing there, and I'm going to take the helmet off so you can get a better look at the chest printing, which looks really good with all the buttons and everything on there, as well as it has some leg printing, so that's really good. I mean, it's unnecessary a lot of times. You'd figure just like black pants, but it's cool to get some leg printing on there. And here's Finn from his appearance in the new movie, and he looks really great here. I do like this Finn a lot, and I love the hairpiece that they're using there. I think it works pretty well for him for the new movie. This is actually Lando's hairpiece, and I guess it's getting a little more common now, isn't it? But anyways, in terms of the printing, it looks really great. The face print isn't exclusive or anything. This is from The Last Jedi, wow, look how badly printed this head is. Look how off to the side that is. So that's a little disappointing that it is off to the side. If that had stubble or anything, like let's say that this was a bearded figure, you'd be able to see it from the side. But taking off his little merce, you could see the printing here is, I think it's still his jacket. I think it's Poe's jacket. I'm not sure, but it kind of looks more like a vest here. And it has some lines there, the red and the blue, and it just looks really good. That shirt really reminds me of something for like Han, which looks good. And speaking of Han, like look at the pants there as well. The design with like the strap and everything, that's very reminiscent of Han Solo. And on the back you've got some printing there, which looks good. And the gun that he comes with is the regular blaster, but in gunmetal gray. So that's really cool. And the reason that this is less exclusive and rare is because it is from the Millennium Falcon set, and I'm pretty sad that it's actually in here because it kind of devalues that set, and I knew that it was inevitable for Finn to, of course, be in another set, but I don't know. I just wish that it could have waited at least another wave before including him. And here is the minifigure that a lot of people are going to get this set just for, and not just because it has a great build, but this minifigure is really sought after. This is one of the Knights of Ren, and he looks really, really awesome here. He's using the Lord of the Rings orc, or yeah, I think it was the orc swords, and in gunmetal gray. And the actual helmet here, this piece is actually not new. It came first in Rogue One and then appeared again in Solo, but it's cool to be getting it in black for the first time. Anyways, the torso printing here is really exquisite. I love that so much. I like the Dagger little build, or the print there on his legs carried over onto the torso. And taking a look at the back printing there, it's equally detailed and sort of tattered and everything, and I just like the way that that looks. It looks really, really awesome. And then taking off this helmet piece there, you get a good look at the printing on the head, and that looks so, so scary and amazing. Wow, really, really great. And didn't need any back head printing. That's fine, since we do have the helmet to cover it up. But my goodness, this figure just looks so, so great. It just, wow, really, really stunning. And it looks so good with all of the Knights of Ren together with Kylo. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is the Sith TIE Fighter, or again, the TIE Dagger. And I love the shape of this. I love the design. It's really something unique, which I don't think can be said for necessarily all of the TIE Fighter designs, but I really like what they've done here, and it's just different, and I don't know, it just looks really cool. Would it be nice if it could stand? Yes, but I get that it really can't on its own without the stand there, but I just think that this is just such a cool set, and it's just so much fun to fly around, and just, I don't know, just the shape of this, it's so unique. It really is something so unique for the new movie, and I'm so excited about that, and I love this ship. It's really, really awesome, and I'm excited to add this to my collection. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of this set? Are you going to wind up picking it up? I really recommend it, and be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification, because very soon we're going to be looking at the X-Wing, of course, to fight against this thing. And that's a new design and everything as well, so I'm really excited to review that for you. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of this? I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I hope that you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.